Welcome to the channel, fellow wanderers of Middle-earth. Today, we embark on a journey beneath the surface of Arda's vast oceans, where hidden currents weave stories older than the mountains of Aman. This is The Hidden Powers of Ulmo, the Lord of Water's secret influence. Prepare yourselves for a dive deep into the heart of Tolkien's legendarium, where water is not merely a force of nature, but the echo of destiny itself. In the beginning, before the shaping of the world, there was music. The music of the Ainur, the great song of Eomer Ilúvatar that birthed the foundations of all that is. Among those mighty beings who took part in this celestial symphony was Ulmo, second only to Manwë in power and authority among the Valar. Yet unlike his brethren, Ulmo's heart was bound not to the airs above or the earth below, but to the flowing waters that would shape the seas, rivers and rains of Arda. His music resonated with the deep chords of sorrow, wisdom and foresight, echoing through every drop of water in the world. A memory of that first song that shaped creation itself, as revealed in the Silmarillion. Ulmo's presence was both omnipresent and elusive. Unlike Manwë, who dwelt high upon Tani Cael, or Aule, who shaped the bones of the earth, Ulmo rarely set foot upon the land or attended the councils of the Valar. Instead, he chose to remain ever present in the waters of the world, listening to the ripples of destiny and subtly influencing the course of events from the shadows. His refusal to fully withdraw from Middle-earth after the rebellion of Melkor was vital. Ulmo alone among the Valar maintained a watchful care over the children of Ilúvatar, elves and men, even as Valinor grew distant from the troubles of Arda. But Ulmo was not merely a distant guardian, he was a weaver of fate's hidden threads. In Unfinished Tales, we witness his direct intervention in the life of Tuor, a mortal man whom Ulmo chooses as his emissary. In 495 of the First Age, Ulmo appears to Tuor in a moment of profound revelation. Along the coast of Beleriand, cloaked in shimmering foam and crowned with a helm of sea spray, Ulmo commands Tuor to journey to Gondolin and warn King Turgon of the doom that would soon fall upon his hidden realm. Through this mortal vessel, Ulmo seeks to avert catastrophe, not through brute strength, but through the delicate shaping of events, whispering to the free peoples of Middle-earth when others would not. Yet, Ulmo's influence reaches deeper still, into the very essence of elven fate and mortal sorrow. Consider the tragic tale of Turin Turambar, whose life was marred by Morgoth's cruel curse. Ulmo, in his wisdom and pity, sent aid to Nargothrond, urging the elves there to fortify their defenses against the Shadow. His counsel was disregarded, leading to Nargothrond's downfall. Even so, Ulmo's voice in the waters remained a beacon of hope, guiding those who would listen. But why did Ulmo remain so committed to Middle-earth when the other Valar retreated to Valinor? The answer lies in his understanding of the world's sorrow and his profound empathy for the children of Ilúvatar. Water, ever-changing and yet enduring, reflects the resilience of men and elves alike. Ulmo's secret influence was not of direct dominion, but of inspiration, flowing into dreams, stirring hearts, and guiding the hands of heroes unseen. Ulmo's influence was never as overt as that of Aule's craftsmanship or Orome's hunts. Instead, his power was subtle, like the undertow beneath calm waters, unseen yet ever present. His whispers flowed through every stream and sea, reaching those who dared to listen. Even in Valinor, his voice was known to stir unease. For, as recorded in the Silmarillion, the deep music of Ulmo's waters carried both sorrow and foresight, a reminder of the world's ongoing struggles and the suffering of the children of Ilúvatar. Perhaps his most profound and tragic connection was with the hidden city of Gondolin. It was Ulmo who inspired Turgon to establish this secret refuge, a shining bastion of hope amid the encroaching darkness of Morgoth's dominion. His counsel was not offered lightly. It was driven by a deep understanding of the fate that awaited the Noldor. Yet even the wisest of rulers can falter. Though Ulmo warned Turgon of the doom that would come if pride blinded him, the king's heart, bound by secrecy and fear of Morgoth, dismissed the Sea Lord's final plea. This refusal sealed Gondolin's fate. In 510 of the First Age, the hidden city fell to Morgoth's armies after Maeglin's betrayal. And yet, within that devastation, Ulmo's influence endured. The escape of Tuor and Idril, along with their son Eärendil, was not mere chance. It was the fulfillment of Ulmo's design, a fragment of hope carried forth through generation. Eärendil, born from that union, would one day sail the skies bearing the Silmaril, becoming a herald of light against the shadow. Through this lineage, Ulmo's unseen hand shaped the destiny of Middle-earth itself. Ulmo's foresight did not end with the First Age. His legacy is felt through Eärendil's descendants, from Elros, the first king of Númenor, to Elrond, the Lord of Rivendell. The sea longing that haunted the Númenorians was in many ways a gift from Ulmo himself, a reminder of their ancient connection to the Valar and the undying lands beyond the horizon. This yearning, known as the sea longing or Yure, echoed through their songs and dreams, a call that would ultimately lead to both glory and downfall. Consider the downfall of Númenor in 3319 of the Second Age, a tragic testament to pride and fear. Even then, Ulmo's influence whispered in the waves, cautioning against the arrogance that sought to conquer death itself. But the warnings fell on deaf ears, and when Ar-Pharazôn dared to defy the ban of the Valar, Númenor was swallowed by the sea, its legacy drowned beneath the wave. Yet, through Elendil and his sons, the faithful who survived the cataclysm carried forward a spark of that ancient grace, settling in Middle-earth to establish the kingdoms of Arnor and Gondor. In all of this, Ulmo remained steadfast, ever watchful, yet never seeking worship. Unlike Melkor, who craved dominion and adulation, Ulmo's power flowed freely, nurturing and guiding without demand for tribute. His true strength lay not in grand displays, but in quiet perseverance, influencing the tides of fate without ever imposing his will upon the free peoples. His was the patience of water, eroding stone over millennia, shaping the world with a gentle yet unstoppable force. His connection to the elves, too, ran deep. The Teleri, the sea-loving elves who lingered upon the shores of Ammon, were especially beloved by Ulmo. He gifted them the swan ships of Alqualond and taught them the songs of the sea, instilling in them a yearning for the waves that would echo through their kindred forever. Even those Teleri who remained in Middle-earth, such as Círdan the shipwright, carried Ulmo's legacy in their hearts, a devotion to the sea and its mysteries that endured long into the Third Age. Ulmo's presence in the Third Age, though veiled in subtlety, remained no less potent. While the Valar withdrew from direct intervention after the fall of Númenor, Ulmo's hand still moved through the waters of Middle-earth, influencing events that would shape the fate of all its peoples. His influence rippled through the very fabric of Arda, touching the lives of both the mighty and the humble, steering the course of destiny without revealing his hand. One of the most profound echoes of Ulmo's will can be seen in The Lord of the Rings. Though never named directly within the text, his influence is undeniable. The very lands of Gondor founded by the faithful of Númenor were blessed by the proximity of the Anduin, the great river, whose waters carried echoes of Ulmo's ancient music. The city of Minas Tirith itself stood watch over the river's flow, a reminder of the sea's distant call and the ancient lineage of those who ruled there. The dreams of Faramir and Boromir offer a glimpse of Ulmo's lingering power. Both brothers, descendants of Númenor's faithful line, were visited by a prophetic vision, a dream of Isildur's bane and the need to seek the sword that was broken. While it is not stated outright, this mysterious dream bears the mark of Ulmo's intervention. Throughout the ages, Ulmo was known to speak through dreams and visions, sending his warnings and counsel not with thunderous declarations, but through the gentle murmur of water and the quiet voice of the subconscious. Even Gandalf's role in guiding the free peoples of Middle-earth could be seen indirectly, as touched by Ulmo's enduring care. Gandalf's arrival by sea and his affinity for wisdom, foresight, and subtle influence mirror Ulmo's own methods of guidance. Though the Istari were sent by the Valar as a whole, it is conceivable that Ulmo, ever watchful of the unfolding fate of Arda, supported the Grey Pilgrim's mission with his silent blessing. In the background of these great events, Ulmo's connection to the elves of Lothlorien and Rivendell remained ever present. The rivers Cellebrand and Brunin, which protected and nurtured these sanctuaries, were lifelines through which his power could flow. When Elrond summoned the waters of the Brunin to sweep away the Nazgul during Frodo's desperate flight to Rivendell, it was not merely the might of Elrond that was at work. The deep power of Ulmo, who had long blessed the rivers of Middle-earth, stirred beneath the surface. An ancient force, defending those who had always honored the balance of nature and memory. But Ulmo's greatest and most sorrowful influence in the Third Age was the enduring sea longing that haunted the hearts of the elves. This deep yearning for the shores of Aman was not merely a desire for home. It was a reflection of Ulmo's music, still calling out to them across the vastness of time and space. It was he who had first led the Teleri to the shores of Valinor, and though many elves remained in Middle-earth, the sea's call was never truly silenced. For Legolas too, the sea longing awakened upon hearing the cries of gulls in the southern lands near Pelagia. In 3019 of the Third Age, during the War of the Ring, his heart stirred with a longing that signified the beginning of his farewell to Middle-earth. This deep, bittersweet yearning was Ulmo's voice, calling his children home, a reminder of the immortality that ever drew them westward, beyond the circles of the world. And yet, Ulmo's influence was not confined to sorrow and farewell. His subtle guidance was instrumental in preserving hope. Just as water shapes the hardest stone over time, so too did Ulmo's quiet power sustain those who fought against the darkness. In every drop of rain that nourished a starving land, in every river that carried a ship safely to harbor, Ulmo's compassion was made manifest, an enduring reminder that even in the face of despair, the forces of mercy and resilience still flowed through the heart of Arda. Ulmo's legacy reaches far beyond mere events. It is woven into the very essence of Arda's fabric. Unlike many of the Valar whose influence is tied to visible domains or physical might, Ulmo's power is ethereal, fluid, and enduring. His presence lingers in every ripple of water, every raindrop that nourishes the earth, and every wave that crashes against forgotten shores. Yet, his greatest influence is not measured by grand displays of power, but by the quiet shaping of destiny. An ever-flowing current beneath the surface of history. The metaphysical role of Ulmo is profound. As revealed in the Silmarillion and expanded upon in Morgoth's Ring, Ulmo embodies more than the physical element of water. He represents the voice of change, the force of perseverance, and the echo of Eru Ilúvatar's original design. While Melkor sought to corrupt the music of creation with dissonance and pride, Ulmo's melody remained unbroken, resonating with loyalty to the true harmony of the Ainulindel. His music was sorrowful yet hopeful, reflecting both the pain and beauty of the world's unfolding tale. Water, in Tolkien's Legendarium, symbolizes healing, renewal, and the passage of time, qualities deeply connected to Ulmo's influence. The Mirrormere beneath Durin's crown in Khazad-dûm, the enchanted waters of Lothlorien's Mirror of Galadriel, and even the cleansing river Anduin all carry echoes of Ulmo's power. These sacred waters serve as reflections of fate, memory, and hope. Subtle reminders that change flows endlessly, and even the deepest wounds can be healed with time. Ulmo's enduring connection to Eru's will is also reflected in his defiance of the Valar's retreat from Middle-earth after the rebellion of Morgoth. While others withdrew to Valinor, Ulmo remained vigilant, never fully severing his ties with the mortal lands. This defiance was not born from pride, but from compassion and foresight. He alone, among the Valar, understood that the children of Ilúvatar needed guidance and hope, even in the darkest hours. His unseen hand influenced mortal history in ways both subtle and profound, proving that mercy can shape the world as surely as might. His relationship with the children of Ilúvatar, elves and men, was uniquely intimate. Ulmo's compassion reached beyond the high elves who sailed westward, touching even the most humble of men. His intervention in the fate of Tuor, guiding him to Gondolin, was not just a gesture of aid, but a testament to his belief in the courage and potential of mortal hearts. Through Tuor and Idril's union, Ulmo played a direct role in shaping the lineage of Eärendil, the savior of both elves and men, and by extension the future downfall of Morgoth himself. And yet, perhaps Ulmo's greatest secret influence lies in the unspoken hope he instilled in all those who dared to resist the shadow. His presence was not always recognized, but it was felt. By the elves who sang of the sea beneath starlit skies, by sailors who dreamed of distant lands beyond the horizon, and by those who listened to the sound of rain falling on quiet nights. This was Ulmo's gift, the whisper of endurance, the promise that no darkness could ever fully silence the song of the waters. Even in the Fourth Age and beyond, as the elves departed Middle-earth and men became the stewards of the world, Ulmo's influence did not fade. His voice remained in the sea's eternal rhythm, in the rivers that carried life to every corner of the land, and in the memory of those who still dreamed of the undying lands, across the vast expanse of the ocean. In every heart that yearned for something beyond the mortal realm, Ulmo's legacy endured, a reminder of a deeper harmony that transcended time and sorrow. So, as we reflect on the hidden powers of Ulmo, we realize that his influence was never about dominion or glory. It was about mercy, wisdom, and quiet perseverance. In the end, Ulmo teaches us that the greatest forces in the world often move unseen, gentle yet unyielding, like water carving its way through stone over the ages. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the hidden currents of Middle-earth's lore. If this exploration stirred your imagination or uncovered new layers of Tolkien's world for you, remember, like the music of Ulmo himself, some truths flow quietly beneath the surface, waiting for those who listen. Until our next journey through the legends of Arda, Namari, dear friends. May the echoes of the sea guide your dreams.